This is Mrs. Miller, your teacher at ELA Academy. Welcome to the latest installment in the grammar series, Prepositions. Prepositions are easier to demonstrate than to define, but I'll give you a definition anyway. A preposition connects a noun or pronoun to another word or phrase in a sentence. Let's look at an example. I sat on the chair. On is a preposition. Then, remember from the verbs video how transitive verbs take an object? Prepositions do the same thing. I sat on what? The chair. Chair is the object of the preposition. Everything from the preposition to the object is called a prepositional phrase. Now, let's look at the definition again. A preposition connects a noun or pronoun, that's the chair, to another word or phrase in a sentence. What word is chair connected to in this sentence, not counting the preposition? Sat. The chair is where I sat. But in English, we don't say, I sat the chair. We need a connecting word. On is the connecting word. It shows the relationship between sat and chair. After all, you might have sat behind the chair, next to the chair, in front of the chair, and so on. The preposition shows us the exact relationship. Let's look at some more examples. First, we have prepositions of time. Here we have a timeline. Let's say that you're planning to meet a friend for a concert. You might tell the friend, meet me before the concert. Before is a preposition. It tells us when your friend should meet you. What is the object of the preposition? Meet me before what? The concert. So concert is the object of the preposition. Before the concert is the entire prepositional phrase. When else could your friend meet you? By 7 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, after 7 o'clock, or even after the concert. Here's another sentence. The band played during the concert until 9 o'clock. We've been here since 7 o'clock. All of these are prepositional phrases dealing with time. Next, we have prepositions of place. The astronaut is floating where? On the ship, in front of the ship, behind the ship, under the ship, or in the ship. And then, prepositions of direction. The getaway car drove to the building, past the building, away from the building. Then the ninja climbed up the building, across the building, and down the building. Now, there are lots of prepositions in the English language. In my opinion, the best way to learn how to recognize them is to memorize the most common prepositions and practice recognizing them in sentences. And of course, practice using them in your own writing. Once you get the hang of it, you should be able to recognize even prepositions you haven't studied because you'll understand what they do in a sentence. If you click on the blog post linked in the video description below, you'll find plenty of websites with more info and practice, including a list of the most common prepositions that you can download and study. But first, let's get some practice. Our first excerpt is from The Perils of Indifference by Elie Wiesel. I've put a short list of common prepositions underneath to help you out. In this exercise, I'd like you to circle each preposition and then underline the rest of the prepositional phrase. Remember, that's the object of the preposition and whatever comes in between. Let's read. 54 years ago to the day, a young Jewish boy from a small town in the Carpathian Mountains woke up, not far from Goethe's beloved Weimar, in a place of eternal infamy called Buchenwald. He was finally free, but there was no joy in his heart. Pause the video and find as many prepositional phrases as you can. Come back when you're ready to check your answers. Ready to check? Let's see how you did. To the day, from a small town, in the Carpathian Mountains, from Goethe's beloved Weimar, in a place, of eternal infamy in his heart. I want you to notice something. If you count up the words that are in prepositional phrases and compare it to the total number of words, you'll find that 24 out of 46, more than half, are in prepositional phrases. Now, I picked this excerpt because it had so many, but this should help you to see how common they are. Let's look at another one. This is from Chapter 1 of Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. A fearful man, all in coarse gray, with a great iron on his leg. A man with no hat, and with broken shoes, and with an old rag tied round his head. A man who had been soaked in water, and smothered in mud, and lamed by stones, and cut by flints, and stung by nettles, and torn by briars, who limped and shivered, and glared and growled, and whose teeth chattered in his head as he seized me by the chin. Pause the video and find as many prepositional phrases as you can. Come back when you're ready to check your answers. Ready to check? Let's see how you did. In coarse gray, with a great iron, on his leg, with no hat, with broken shoes, with an old rag, round his head. Did you catch that one? It's a variation on the preposition around. In water, in mud, by stones, by flints, by nettles, by briars, in his head, and by the chin. How did you do? Again, if you need more practice finding prepositional phrases, go to the blog post linked in the video description below. That's it for prepositions. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on social media so that you can be notified when I post new content. And if you like what I'm doing here, please consider supporting ELA Academy on Patreon. This is ELA Academy.